This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Pod Cast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final week of Season 1 of GACenter.
It's the finale!
So excited. It is the last week of a very, very long season. We've got so much to tell you in this episode. We have a major announcement at the end. But
some other big announcements right here at the beginning as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have some big. We're gonna start off the show because sometimes Pete's like, oh, we've got a big announcement at the end. So you know what? We're gonna give you a medium announcement right at the start of the show. We're gonna tell you about 10 new competitors that will be getting covered on GACenter Season 2. Some of them you already know because there've been rumors and it's been floating around out there in the ether. So there's probably a couple people you already know about. You know about Loki from Reality.
Especially as they talk to us about it.
Sorry, what?
They talk to us about it and they're like, oh, excited!
Yes. There are some excited competitors out there for Season 2. So, Loki from Reality Skewed Gamers. Gom from Operation Metaverse. We have a third bounty honey joining us. The llama is joining us for Season 2. We've got some newbies joining us. We have the wolf from the battalion. Good friend, good old buddy of Fortmore. I figured, since I won't have Fortmore to compete with, I may as well bring along one of his friends.
Have him as a proxy rival?
So he's going to be my proxy rival. We have Calvin Awesome, who has been vouched for, and I've seen some very, very interesting things from him. Some very, very interesting things from him. And let me just have a look at the... oh, no, it's gone. Okay, so there's 5 for you. There's 5 for you. We've also got... Let me see. Let me jog my memory. Who else are we... Oh, of course! The heartthrob of the Outer Rim is back in the game. Yes, we will be covering Urza in Season 2 of GACenter. So, yeah, there's one for you. Oh, and... Maybe you remember this name as a blast. Warrior present. Oh yes, we will be covering Warrior in Season 2 as well. I'm just dropping names like they're going out of fashion at the moment. Just dropping them. Dropping those names. So yeah, and I must admit I'm a little bit green with envy that the Gambit crew snaffled up Gom and Calvin Awesome. It's gonna be like just Gambit crew winning everything in Season 2. It's not fair. It's not fair because who've I got? Paul and Thaddeus. Yeah.
I mean, Llama is kind of repping 2 teams.
Yes, but llamas. No. Llama's bounty honeys. Llama is part of the bounty honey. So we're rocking 3 bounty honeys in season 2. So yes, that's good. We've got Dylar's.
You're at 7.
We've got Dylar's nemesis, Nooch, who many moons ago had an epic GAC battle together. So yeah, hopefully those two will be battling it out.
Also, some people know was also part of the Lego program with Paul and Llama.
And I'll drop one more name. He ain't heavy. He's his brother. Oh yes, it's Cubs' brother. The Senate will too be getting covered. It's just names all over the place.
Boom.
But, and it's not the big announcement. It's a slightly middle-sized announcement. Is in Season 2, we are going to be dropping the interview and including another 10 competitors. So we're going to be doing 70 this year. I mean, it's a little bit easier on time, but...
You guys, we're going to have some fun with this one.
We're going to have some fun with this one. So, we haven't announced any of those 10 yet, so you'll have to keep your eyes peeled for those. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled for those. And Ando joins in after we've dropped the news. So, yeah.
All right, Ando.
The people, good. Ando and his raiding party, the people that are currently in chat will tell you what the medium news we've dropped. But, Flair, do your bit.
All right, guys. Through the final regular coverage episode of GACenter, number 1. Seriously, we appreciate everything we've done, everything that's been done so far, all support so far. But during this last regular coverage episode, bits, subs, cheers, anything like that, follows will be recognized in chat by our moderators. But during the course of this, we are doing our show, and we will take a little bit of time at the end to recognize those. So, Neil, one last episode. One last regular coverage episode for the season.
One last episode of season 1. Let me just prepare. Oh, and there we go. And we're off.
Get it going. We are starting off with Commander Cody going and ending it out with a 2-1. Round 1, he had to 2-tap a bounty hunter's team. He tried to Malik solo the first time, and unfortunately it failed. He did get a hold with Darth Revan. However, he lost the efficiency battle on that one. Round 2, only did 3 squads and fleets. His opponent tried to do the same maneuver, but lost to Padme, and so lost the battle there. Round 3 was a full clear one-shot, winning the efficiency battle. 2-1 for Commander Cody, ending it out pretty well.
Brain kill, no data, no report. Move on.
I wish I had a mic for this one, because Bulldog has been preparing this all 6 months. 3-0, triple crown. We're not even going to talk about what his opponents gets because it doesn't matter. He went 72-0 through the course of the show.
Undefeated.
Mic drop.
Boom. Infinum last week, and Infinum did not have it easy. In round 1, he faced a very hard D, stopping him getting the full clear. But then Infinum stopped his opponent during the same match. Round 2, his opponent's mods were better. But that didn't stop him getting the full clear and the win. In round 3, his opponent tested his defense, getting through the front walls, but failing on the back, thanks to Ewoks and a finalizer. Full clear from Infinum and a triple. There's Div 4 and there's Bulldogs. Glorious 72-0.
He's proud of that, and
he is very proud of that.
As far as we are aware, because it's no secret at this point, every other player in our coverage has lost at least one round. He is the only player to have gone 72-0 throughout the entire 6-month period of GACenter.
So season 2, we'll see if somebody else can do it. But I don't think anybody is going to match that. It's going to be one of those records that just doesn't stop. On to the next division.
On to Div 3, and we are talking about the Lone Gunman going 2-1. So first off, he like full clear one-shot everything. But as we can tell here, something went wrong here. Round 1, he got a hold with Carthel Republic against a solo gas. Round 2, his CLS locked out a full clear with his Bossk and sisters both getting holds. Unfortunately, the curse of round 3 struck. He was 5 banners short on the efficiency battle in a full clear one-shot by his opponent. So last minute, basically. But 2-1 for Lone Gunman.
Stone, a poor tail end to the season for Stone as he suffered another 2-1. Round 1 was a loss, down to being unable to clear fleet. Round 2 was a good solid win with a full clear, as was round 3. A promising start to the season fell away for Stone. I hope to see better from him in season 2.
On to Renard the Fox going 3-0. Round 1 is full clear one shot. Opponent getting stopped by the lower rear row, as he puts it. Round 2, a full clear one shot with a double tap. Apparently Dengar just wrecked his CLS with thermal detonators. Opponent got stopped again by the lower rear row. Round 3, toughest opponent from 2020, a 329 speed Darth Revan, a bunch of relics, but no mind-blowing fleets. Tried to mind trick him, and it worked as both have SWGOH profiles. While opponent was very variable last season, Renard's defense was always the same. But this time, the Negotiator in defense and Gas for offense, while Darth Revan went to defense. Opponent placed his defense on D and this +1 speed more on Rex, secured the overall full clear one-shot, while Fleets got no attacks. And with a triple tap of Night Sisters, a challenging and happy season ending for Renard the Fox.
Moyo, no data, no report.
On to Andy Beads. And look, we're not going to worry about the wins and the losses here. Andy is super excited. Number one, he got a 3-0, which he's only gotten a few handholds of those throughout the course of this show. But this for him was special. This was his first Kyber finish. So Andy is finishing out GACenter, going 3-0. And as he puts it, plain and simple, he took out 3 territories. His opponent took out 2. So it wasn't a full clear for either. It wasn't a pretty win, but it was still a win. Round 2, faced off against a viewer in the SWGOH community, 420 Skywalker 420. Wasn't able to stream this one due to business that day. Was talking back and forth Skywalker the whole afternoon, which made it even more exciting. He full cleared Andy before Andy could full clear him, and it came down to a few more undersizings on his end, and his opponent also ended up messing up on the Night Sisters. Round 3. This was it. This was the final match, and it came down to that battle, that round for Kyber. His opponent set a pretty decent defense. In hindsight, Andy should have set a lighter defense and kept the Sisters and Padme for offense. Would have made it much easier on himself, but with the help of a few people, he squeezed out enough banners to push over the threshold and join the Kyber Club. It was amazing, and it feels good. 3-0 for Andy Beads. Excellent work.
Vendetta, some bad luck and bad RNG saw the end to Vendetta's season. He finished with a triple whammy, but several weeks over the past couple of months, he has faced slackers in Div 3 that upset his run on the title. I'm sure he will bounce back and be a contender in Season 2.
Marco going 1-2. Round 1, he won this round with a full clear. Opponent didn't manage to full clear him. Round 2, he didn't get the full clear to his opponent, setting a slacker on defense. And he couldn't get through it, causing him a loss. Round 3, he got a full clear. Sadly, a loss due to a messy battle against 2 teams. He puts a PSA at the end of it. Even though he had a messy month going 1-2 here at the end, he still got Kyber at the end with the Arena Battles feat, giving him the Kyber. 1-2 for Marco.
And there is Division 3, and there is our champion. It's our favorite German fox, Renard the Fox.
Lawn it away. There we go.
Vendetta. Vendetta was at the top of his division for the first 4 months, and then he just kept on getting matched against slackers, and the 3-0s just kept on turning into 2-1. So congratulations, Renard the Fox, you are the Div 3 champion. And we're moving on to Scribe. Another 2-1, a round 1 loss to a General Grievous team and a Night Sister team cost Scribe his triple this week, right at the beginning. And his opponent responded with a flawless victory. Round 2 was a good return, but his opponent didn't show. And round 3 was a very good, flawless victory, getting a firm hold with his Geos. 2-1 for Scribe, and a good season.
Olimar going 3-0. Round 1, he tried to solo nest a Bears team. Unfortunately, Tebow was in the mix, so caused some issues there. But his opponent only did 3 squad battles and 2 tapped one of his fleets. Round 2 was a full clear one-shot, giving him a hold with his Darth Revan. And then finally, round 3. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to beat Huck's Finalizer after 4 attempts. Even though his opponent couldn't clear Malevolent, and his opponent couldn't clear Malevolence. So he won through efficiency there, giving him a nice, comfy, tidy 3-0.
Lil Gator, no data, no reports.
On to Boba Fett going 3-0. 3-0 with 1 shot, full clears. Round 1, opponent took 5 battles versus his gas and 2 against the fleets. Then had nothing left to go against the Darth Revan. Round 2, opponent took 2 versus his gas and boss squads. 3 versus the sisters. Like the previous opponent, he had nothing left for Darth Revan. Round 3, opponent one-shot the board, was much less efficient than Boma was. He nearly blew it when his Palpatine Vader Thrawn trio got some bad RNG versus the Geos, and Thrawn went down. But Emperor Palpatine and Vader held on to win the battle, and he won the match by 20 banners. 3-0, triple crown. Excellent work for Boma.
It's Kate Gaming. I wish I was as famous as Kate Gaming. The queen of the no-shows didn't get her usual this week, as her opponents all showed up for a change.
Wow.
Round 1 was lost due to being outbannered, despite one-shotting everything. Round 2, she got caught on fleets. And in round 3, she stopped the wooden spoon and got the win despite a crash. And she got her Kyber. So, good end to a bad week for the famous Kate Gaming.
On to Jake AW. Round 1 was a full clear one-shot, getting 41 banners more efficient than his opponents, who also full clear one-shot. Round 2, he had to double tap JTR, but he did get a hold of Padme. Unfortunately, he lost on efficiency. In round 3, it was a slog with lots of losses and nothing close to a full clear. But his opponent did less than he did, giving him the win there. So that's a 2-1 ending out for JKW.
The queen of consistency returns to consistency. Nice, easy wins for the bounty honey in round 1. And round 2, but in round 3, she lost on efficiency. But with 2 rounds already in the bag, she ain't complaining. Well, apart from not being as famous as Kate Gaming. There's Div 2. There is our Div 2 champion. It's Olimar. The Europeans are killing it tonight. So that's one American and 2 Europeans champions so far. Europeans are killing it. I'm telling you, we're ruling the roost. We're ruling the roost, Flair. Bomber will be there next season, but he just didn't have the legs this season. So that's it. We're going to go to a break. What are we going to show
our patrons did?
What are we going to show people, Flair?
We're going to see how the patrons did closing out season 1 this final month. You can go and see how you can be a part of that at season 2. But go on Patreon and supporting at the Kyber Combatant tier. Anyways, Paul will let you know in the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the final week of 5v5 for this season of the Patreon's Leaderboard. This segment is brought to you by the Patreons of the Escape Podcast. Are you not a streamer but enjoy the show and would like to see your name up here on the boards? Well, join the Escape Podcast Patreon at the Kyber Combatant level or higher and get on the Patreon leaderboard. Head on over to patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up. I am Paul Anthony, and as always, I am joined by my robotic life partner, Newbie from Hellion the Noob, as we take a look at how all of our Patreons did this week. I apologize for the low light. Studio lights have gone out. Let's get to it. Big Country Mags, 3-0. What a way to end my first Division 2 GAC, he says. Triple crown, all 3 wins, all single shot. Looking at that number, though, that's not divisible by 3. He says, with one caveat. His first 2 opponents only set 1 fleet, so it's a triple crown with an asterisk. He also adds, kind of like last year's basketball finals, his words, again, not mine. Bringer of Chaos, 2-1, no special report, but I raise my glass of milk to him. Here's the stats. D, 1-2. No new song from the Bard of GAC, just the stats. There you go. D, hopefully you'll be back to your old antics in 3v3. Dr. Jojo, 3-0, round 1. Both one-shot full cleared each other, and he won by 23 banners. Round 2, he almost lost due to a fleet battle crash, but the opponent couldn't clear his Rey and Jedi Knight Revan in the back, and he squeaked by. Round 3, his opponent only wanted feats. Reached out to him, so they both sent garbage defenses, and he got his highest score ever. And the opponent was honorable and gave him the win. He wants us to know he will forever remember him as a meatbag. 4 strong, 2-1. He says, round 1 was a slogfest, but managed to squeak it out. Round 2 was a damn good fight. RNG got him on his last ship battle, but his opponent was a really good sport and shared some strategy. Round 3, opponent attacked twice, then forgot to continue attacking. All in all, he thanks God this season's over. It's been harsh, but a good humbling experience, he says. He's looking forward to next season with some new key units to his roster. Leonard McFacepunch, 2-1. No report. Here's the stats. Riverboy 12, 3-0. First round, he one-shot cleared and won. The opponent two-shot his Mothma. Second, he one-shot cleared. The opponent couldn't take out either fleet. Third, good even match, but the opponent didn't attack until the last moment and only took out half the defense. While Riverboy did poorly in banners and had to two-shot his GK fleet. He feels as if his opponent had attacked any sooner, he may have won that. And finally, Schnarman, 2-1. No big report, but he is celebrating as he hit Kyber with 4 losses. It must be nice. Alright, here's the final standings, guys. Dr. JoJo goes 12-0 and therefore claims the championship yet again. Congrats to you, Doctor. We're proud for you. Riverboy and BCM both with the banners to beat Dr. JoJo, but the losses in the earlier rounds spelled their fate as they finish 2nd and 3rd respectively. Bringer solidly in 4th, Schnarman in 5th, Force in 6th, and 7th goes to D, while Punchy holds up the board by bringing up the bottom. But we always appreciate our evil genius, don't we? Alright guys, want to be on the board next month? The deadline to become a Patreon at the Kyber Combatant level or higher and join the board for next month is January 15th. Get in on it. It's a lot of fun. We hope to see you there. I'm Paul Anthony for the Noob and the Escape Podcast Patreons, as we thank you for joining us. Be nice to each other, damn it. I send it back to the Nev and Flair for Division 1. Are there big moves on the board? Let's find out with the big boys right here on GACenter. Take it away, our boys.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are just going to push straight on. It's big boy time.
We're going to push straight on through. Hey, Paul, side note, there's too many bigs in that big boys section. It's just big boys.
Just big boys.
And then big boys. And then big boys.
Yeah, we don't have the triple XL boys until season 2.
I mean, it sounds like there were some 4XLs in that one. Anyways, we are starting off with Fart Mart. And Fart Mart, he's been doing this all season, last little bit. 3-0, and he's happy with this. This is 12-0 for the second season, Rose, he put it. Round 1, his opponent was better modded, but had trash ships. Formort let him have the top, and he couldn't clear the bottom. Full clear win. Defense. Round 2, mods were slow on his opponent. Again, blocked the bottom instead of the fruitful top. Second round in a row, he knew his GG would hold the bottom strong. His opponent went strong on ships, stopping the full clear, but Formort took one ship down, couldn't clear the second ship, still taking the win there. Round 3, great opponent. Equal mods, but he had all the meta counters to his roster. His opponent didn't have a .gg, and he went softer on defense than he expected. Formort went heavy D and full cleared this opponent. He never showed up in the championship. What? 12-0, second season in a row. Then came 3v3. The best offense is a great defense.
Now, a cowboy usually rides off into the sunset at the end of a movie, so I suppose Wrangler could be flying off into the unknown on the back of Wampa at the end of this season. He didn't contend for the title, but he still got his Kyber lassoed from time to time. A big yeehaw for his 2-1.
If it wasn't for the fact that I've been talking loudly last little bit, I would have done the yeehaw, but I'm not. Anyways, Wiggenbog, 3-0 triple crown. Round 1, he got 3 holds with Seep, 1 with JKL, both of them still standing. Round 2, got a hold with Seep, not Seat. Hold with Newt, and 2 with Executrix, and still holding with Executrix. Round 3 was a efficiency match on 2 full clear one-shots, and he was 10 banners more efficient and hitting out very strong with the triple crown Wiggins Bog.
whatever. A sparkling end to the season for whatever, who started the season with some promise. Even had to fight the mighty Wigsy earlier on this season. But the 2-1s punished him in between all the whammies and the crowns he picked up. Great last week, though. A triple crown for whatever.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Flair. What's
How'd
that?
you do?
What's that say?
Look at that triple
Do
crown.
my eyes deceive me, or do I have another triple crown? I just wish I hadn't lost the first round of this month, because, you know, it would have been a perfect
Also,
end to a
you
perfect...
wish you hadn't have completely missed a week.
Yeah, that kind of screwed me over. But hey, I'm not going to complain. Triple crown's good for me.
Take it.
Spartan with a 3-0. Nice triple for Spartan this week. No whammy or crown, but since he likes to go really heavy D, the crowns and the whammies don't come very often. Round 1 was a full clear, but it was a no-show. Round 2 was a 2 territory win. Spartan took the top. His opponent was a bottom bitch. Round 3 was a tale of 2 Drevens. They both held. Spartan won on efficiency and sealed the triple. 3-0 for Spartan.
On to Gigabachi. On to Gigabachi.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go, sorry. My mouse decided to just go nuts, so I had to tap it a couple times.
We're trying to be professional here.
I know we're trying to be professional. I can't help it if my mouse goes nuts.
Anyways, Gigabachi going 2-1 this week. Round 1. Opponent set a monster defense, and we both got tapped on the back bottom. Gigabachi won by efficiency. One banner. He misplayed a battle, which made it closer than it should have been. Round 2, dude set a light defense and went ham on attack and still got stuck. Full cleared, easy styles. Round 3. As Gigabachi puts it, I'm throwing the rounds so my opponent can make Kyber. He won't make it without all defeats and a big offensive score. So he put a full complement of Gear 1 teams on defense. It was a good season for him. He's now super close to opening a GL, so it means he's drawing them every round. It's stress, but he's going to be a better player as a result. SWGOH and him have had a rough go this month. Let's see if we can get the enjoyment back in the game and plow through this rough patch. 2-1 for Gigabachi.
Rand B. Another 2-1 for Rand this week. I swear to God, he is due a triple crown. He is. I swear.
Is he slowly becoming the king of consistency?
Yeah, he's slowly becoming the king of consistency. He is due a triple crown, but he's going to have to wait until season 2 for this to happen. Round 1 and round 2 were solid wins with solid scores. But he was hit with the curse of round 3 and lost the round to a single defeat against the Night Sisters. 2-1 for Rand this week.
On to Biscuits. As he puts it, final week of the season. Biscuit Weasel goes out with a bang with a 3-0. Round 1, his opponent auto-deployed, just didn't even show up to play. He still got the full clear and the win. Round 2, both of them got full clear, so his opponent wasn't nearly as clean in the full clear, and Biscuit got by with some squeaky clean attacks. And round 3, he wasn't very efficient, only scoring 20-47 with a loss to a General Grievous with Watt team, but his opponent was stopped in their tracks by his General Grievous. His Mon Mothma also took 2 holds. Great way to end the season, as he puts it, Happy New Year's, everyone. 3-0 for Biscuit.
Bitcoin, another week, another whammy, and the title of Div 1 Freshman Champion goes to the man who has only lost to his girlfriend. The GA skills are excellent, and it showed all season. I mean, come on, seriously, how many people do you know can clear a Dreven squad, a Relic Dreven squad, with a JTR? A triple whammy to boot. Next season, he plays with 3 GLs. I wonder how well he'll do. 3-0. Triple whammy for Bitcoin.
On to Yeti going 3-0. Round 1, he finally had unlocked JKL, JML, and dropped the Horde. Opponent had JML and Ray. Seemed an even matchup. He set Slacker to gobble up his JML JKL and set a decent defense. One shot full clears his opponent, and they didn't even attempt the Slacker. Failed twice on Mon Mothma. Big win. Round 2, another Ult Ray and JML account. He deployed a similar defense, and one shot full cleared them. Hilariously, they attacked as his ghetto vacation stream went live. We watched their failure as he took 3 to kill Grievous, dropped Slacker, Daka Zombie, the premium crew team, and his bounty hunter in 1. Failed on Mon Mothma and shot clones. They only took 1 zone. Massive win. Round 3. Guy only had Ult Ray and JKL, and then said basically nothing on defense. Absolutely smashed the defense for 21-34. And then they, despite taking Ray on offense, avoided Slacker and one-shot 2 zones and some change, giving them the big win. 3-0 triple crown for Yeti.
And there is Division 1 freshman, and as you can see, Bitcoin rules the roost. Fortmore very, very close behind, but not quite there. You see, Flair, defense doesn't win GAC all the time.
Hey, can we still note that Fortmore did better than you?
Yes, Fortmore did better than me, but I should have been on 64, so I shouldn't have lost it by that much.
Even then, he still did better than you.
I know. Zip it. Bitcoin and Fortmore will be making their way to the Premier League for Season 2. Let's move on to the big boys. Oh, 1A. Ranger was so concentrating on Kyber this last week, he completely took his foot off the gas and lost 1 and 2. Now, here's the thing. I thought he still had the Premier League all tied up. But you're going to have to wait a few more minutes to find out if I was right or if I was wrong. Will Ranger be in the Premier League next season? Or will he be in the regular divisions for Season 2? He ain't heavy. It's my brother.
Life is Kyber. Scorch! 0 for 3. Wooden spoon. It's been a while since we had some wooden spoons. Round 1. Just simply what? Two words. Just nasty. Like I looked at the Carnage report and there's no making up that one. Round 2, he had to 2-tap a Radis. Unfortunately, he got full clear 1 shot. Round 3, he had another hard time as well. He had to 3-tap a Mon Mothma team and 2-tap Aura Singh bounty hunters. And unfortunately, he got full clear 1 shot. 0 for 3 wooden spoon for Scorch the Hoss.
Paul got curb stomped for going after JKL by seeing everyone in round 1 and round 2 with 2 GLs. Oh, this meant he went into round 3 trying to avoid the wooden spoon. He figured, you know what, I'll chase the meatbag feat. So that was his intention. He went into round 3 chasing the meatbag feat. But alas, it was not to happen, as the jerk opponent, redacted, only placed ships. Yeah. Meatbag.
Meatbag. Mud Bomb 3-0. He guesses turtling is a viable strategy. Round 1. Freaking Grimaldo, as he puts it. That's all he has to say. For weeks, his opponent has been set pretty much the same defense. This time, however, he puts gas in on defense, which he did not expect, and puts Slacker in the back. Unfortunately, ultimately, Mudbomb couldn't kill Slacker because the Zeta Thrawn worked against him and stacked Slacker with too much HP. Still got the W because he couldn't touch Mudbomb's GLs. Round 2, second week in a row, having a clincher. Fought against some dude whose name seems like the onomatopoeia for farting in a tuba. Valort. Anyways, this guy was known for setting Darth Revan and JKL lead with JML and other Jedi in the front, bottom zone, and B teams behind. Well, for no freaking reason at all, he changes his mind and sets his JKL, Shock, 501st teams with Devin in the bottom zone, but still has B teams behind. He had to 3-tap a JKL. His opponent one-shot the entirety, but he won because of superb efficiency elsewhere, giving him a single banner clincher. Round 3, opponent didn't really care about the win or loss, so just asked what I wanted him to on defense, and he told him to surprise me. Well, he did. And the surprise happened because he thought he'd put his GLs down on some weird teams, but he actually didn't put any GLs down. Anyways, he had some fun with this one and tried Malik soloing Padme and other nonsense plays that weren't incredibly efficient, but were still fun. Still ended up with the win, scoring 21-1 to 2093. Again, his opponent one-shot everything. Efficiency plays. Yeah, give him a 3-0 for Mudbum.
If Moon had known what he knows now, I think he would have played differently this week, needing a triple for hope of entry into the Premier League and for Ranger to go 1 and 2, which he did. Oh, what happened? He took a flawless victory in round 1, and in round 2, he came back from 2 fast losses to take the round. A round 3 win would have took him to the Premier League, but he didn't know that. It likely didn't matter. He was playing against a double GL and 636k lifetime opponent. Did well, a loss, but by 15 banners, and it was a 2-1 no Premier League for Moon.
Oh, Micaeus going 1 and 2. Didn't have a chance to grab information in this one. We didn't have a report either. 1 and 2. He only got 10 wins and 8 losses, so didn't get much in the way of full clears. He only won 1 round. So that's it for Micaeus.
It's just Ian. You know, in round 1, it was the First Order and the Night Sisters that screwed Ian out of a triple. It really was. I mean, the clearance was there, but his opponent flawless victoried him. So, yeah, you don't like it in round 1. I mean, I don't know. Would you prefer losing in round 1 or losing the championship round? Anyway, round 2 and round 3 were good victories, and he went away with the win for the week.
Grid. No data, no report, no nothing.
No wooden spoon for going nerdy this week as he celebrates another 1 and 2. Trust me, he's celebrating. Yes. Round 1 and round 2 were total wipeouts, with his opponents taking his lunch money and his car keys. But at least he saved round 3. No, wait. His opponent didn't show. Wah, 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 wah.
When you're trying to lose as bad as Thaddeus. Oh, if only. Anyways, for Ninja Mike, this is another no surprise. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no surprises here.
Yeah, it's 3-0 triple tap. Yeah, 3-0, 12-0 for the month. Top 100. We didn't come up with a name for this one.
We did.
What was it?
It is now officially, since he's the first, it's called a Grand Slam, and that is 4 triple crowns. That is a full month of flawless victories. It is now officially a Grand Slam, and Fruit Ninja Mike is the only person to ever get one.
Okay then, yeah, Grand Slam for Mike. What can I say? This is, as he puts it, this is his best GAC finish ever. This week he had 3 strong opponents with good mods, but pulled it out. Sith Eternal Emperor got 2 holds, and he made a conscious decision to set massive defenses all week, and still managed to average 2,120 banners each round. Learned a lot on how to use his 3 GLs efficiently, and it really paid off well. 3-0, triple crown, Grand Slam for Fruit Ninja Mike.
End all be all, one of our top tippy top competitors and king of the D takes another triple whammy. Round 1 was a flawless victory, and yeah, of course, you've guessed it, he held territories. Round 2 was a flawless victory, and surprisingly, he got cleared. So his opponent should be proud. Very, very proud to got a full clearance of an Endall. Round 3 was a full clearance, and yes, you guessed it, another round where he holds territories. Can't wait to see him in the Premier League next season.
Get your pickles out, because we're talking about Finn. It's Finn. Hi, Finn. 2-1. Round 1, he lost. Faced a GL, opponent was unable to clear even 1 zone. However, he was on New Year's vacay and didn't even really have time to attack. Would have been an easy victory, but instead lost 830 to 1,000. Wah, wah, wah. Round 2 was a win. It was a fun battle. He one-shot all of Finn's characters and had left the fleet. Finn made a mistake on GG and had to two-shot that, but one-shot everything else, and then one-shot the fleet. Opponent wasn't able to beat the negotiator. Solid win. Round 3 was a win. He full cleared. Opponent didn't attack. But a lot of strong teams on defense, so it's unlikely he would have full cleared him anyway, giving Finn and his pickles a 2-1 this week.
DPK, another wooden spoon for DPK this week, as he, you know what, he's not had a good second half to the season, finishing just above Paul and Thaddeus. He will be very relieved to see the back of this season as he moves onto greener pastures and the dreaded start to season 2 with 3v3. Hates 3v3.
Doesn't he? DB official, 2-1. And look at this. He full clear one shot all 3 rounds. And it goes like this. Round 1, full clear one shot. 26 banners more efficient. Round 2, full clear one shot. 19 banners more efficient. Round 3, full clear one shot. 10 banners less efficient.
I saw that.
So 3 rounds of full clear one shots for all of his opponents. And the last one, the curse of round 3, was an efficiency battle that he lost.
Cubs fan hand. A good end to the season for Cubs as he finished in the top half of the table. This week being much like his season in that it was good, but just not as good as it could have been. I mean, round 1 and round 2 were blistering as he took his opponents to the cleaners with flawless victories. But then came round 3 and the curse. The curse. 2 fleet double taps later, and the round was lost by 4 stinking banners. Better luck in season 2, Cubs.
Mandy. Oh, no, not Mandy.
No.
Solo. No. Table. So Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
I got ahead of my table. I well ahead of my chart here. 3-0 for Black Mamba. Round 1 was a slog. At 1550 to 1166. Neither of them full cleared, but Mamba did more. Round 2 was a full clear one shot, with 23 banners more efficient. And then round 3 was a full clear one shot as well, with 2 holds with his slacker and 2 with Newt, giving him a 3-0.
And there is the bottom of Standard Division 1, which nobody really cares about, especially the people in it who will be trying to do better next season. But there it is. Division 1 top. There is our champion. It's Fruit Ninja Mike. I'm sorry, though. It's still Europeans 3, Americans 2, because Bitcoin is a European. So I'm sorry. The Europeans are just killing it at GAC at the moment. We're absolutely killing it. It was close. It went right to the wire, though. Fruit Ninja Mike maintained that lead, right? He maintained that lead by going 36-0 for the second half of the season. He did not drop a single round the entirety of the second half of the season. And Endall only dropped 1. That's how close to the wire it went between those two guys. And you will see both those guys in the Premier League in season 2. So let's move on to the big...
Also, can we make mention of what you thought was going to happen?
Oh, yes. As you can see, if you look at 4th position, Black Mamba snuck in there. He literally needed a triple, and he needed rain, just like Moon needed a triple. They both needed triples, and they both needed Ranger to go 1 and 2. Ranger went 1 and 2. Moon didn't hit his triple. Mamba did. Mamba goes to the Premier League.
And what's funny is that we said this last week. Yeah. We said there's no real way that Ranger's gonna go 1 and 2.
We were saying it during the pre-record of the interview. That's how sure we were that he was going to to the Premier League. And yeah, we were just looking at Moon. We weren't looking at Black Mamba. And Black Mamba,
Black Mamba, like a snake.
like a snake, he snuck in there right at the end. Let's do the big boys.
Oh, big boys.
We start off with the king of GACenter and champion of Elite Division 1. He is, and he got a nice triple whammy at the end of the season. A trademark FU defense in round 1 saw victory for Zareth. Round 2 saw the FU defense do its job again. A few trip-ups here and there, but the Night Sisters of all squad came to the rescue with a mop-up crew. Round 3 was a slugfest with counters and counter-counters and counter-counters. One sloppy riposte later, and victory was his. Alt lives don't matter. 3-0 triple whammy for Zareth.
On his partner in crime, Solo, going 2-1. Round 1 started the week off with a stream sniper, unfortunately. Obley admitted that he needed to change his plan based on the stream and that he would have won, that Solo would have won otherwise. Instead, Solo lost by 2 banners. Round 2, this just wasn't a contest. He knew his opponent used Slacker on faster Darth Revan teams, so he placed Darth Revan in front and Sith Eternal Emperor in the back. He had this two-tap Sith Eternal Emperor and then did the same for the Beskar Bando team. He got the highest score of his season in this one as well, and he was happy on that one. Round 3 ended the season with some drama. Went into fleets, needing to average 59 banners to win. Only got a 55 on the first fleet, then pulled out a 63 on the second one. Ended up winning by 1 stinking banner, giving him a 2-1.
Sorry, what was that? Was that one stinking banner, was it?
1 stinking banner.
1 stinking banner.
Stinking.
Rambam, 2-1, another competitor looking forward to season 2 is Rambam. He ended this season with, an average 2-1. He and Ando had an intense rivalry earlier in the season, which will be rekindled in season 2, we can hope, with his trusty Relic 8 Windu at his side. I guess anything is possible, just not possible with his Mace Windu. 2-1 for Rambam for the week.
Mandy getting a wooden spoon. Round 1, he had a 3-tap Ray and 2 taps at the Eternal Emperor. And unfortunately, he got full clear 1 shot. Round 2, Mandy is nowhere to be seen. Round 3, he couldn't clear home 1 after 2 attempts and only got a single hold with GG. So giving him a 0 for 3, which is our wooden spoon for Mandy.
Lazy Turtle. Not the week he had hoped for, but overall he was pleased to make Kaiba. Round 1 and round 2 went easy for him, and he thought for just the briefest of moments he could pull off another triple like he did last week. His round 3 opponent had other ideas with his 631k lifetime score.
Dang!
He was magnanimous in victory, though, and even helped Turtle get a feat. I mean, what a lovely chap. Still 2-1 for Turtle.
On to Colesso, going 3-0. Round 1, he 2-taps General Grievous, getting a Slacker hold and 2 holds with his Rex team. Round 2 was a full clear 1-shot as well. 26 banners, more efficient than his opponents. Round 3, he had to 2-tap the shot clones, got a hold with Ray. His opponent didn't even touch fleets or go for a full clear. 3-0 for Colesso as he goes for greener pastures after this.
Happy retirement, my friend. Jake Johnson, a good final week for Jake Johnson as he ended the season with a decent record and a 2-1. He won round 1, but lost the follow-up in round 2 as he stumbled against a half a dozen teams. He came back strong in round 3 to collect the win and go 2-1 for the week.
Indigo. Round 1, he had a 2-tap Negotiator, 2-tap Darth Revan, and 2-tap Gas. And unfortunately, he got full clear one-shot. Round 2, he got full clear one-shot. Darth Revan getting a hold and his Radis getting a hold. And then round 3, he full clear one-shot again. Getting unfortunately, he also got full clear one-shot, and he was 17 banners less efficient, giving him a less than sufficient 1 and 2.
Get ready for it, people. Boom! The moment we've waited 6 months for happened
About freaking time
this week as the Aussie Adonis finally hit his triple for the first time. It was hard earned, but that made it just as sweet. Round 1, flawless victory. Round 2, flawless victory. Round 3, no full clear, but his defense held. He got defensive holds. This week was everything he dreamed of. Flawless victories, defensive holds, a triple. Woohoo!
On to Dylar, going 3-0. Round 1, both of them set only Ray on defense, so he slugged it out in efficiency battle. We both full clear one shot, but the Twi'lek lover prevailed. He wrote this stuff, not me. Round 2, he surprised him with a GG Watt team, which made him drop a battle. But his opponent failed once on Shock Team, twice on a back zone CLS. The Canadian striped Tiger Blood triumphs again. I'm reading this. I copy and pasted this. I'm reading this for the first time, I'll be honest. Round 3, he got to face 3 GLs on his opponent's defense. One of those being Sith Eternal Emperor. He thought I was done when he had to 4-tap the Eternal Emperor, but opponent tripped up on Padme and Darth Revan, which gave him the banner lead. The maple syrup singing, beaver tail dripping, Montreal Nussy? Canada's favorite Twi'lek goes 3-0 and 5-5 season. And he says, cheers, and you're welcome, Flair. Thanks, Stylar. I don't know half of what you just said, but okay.
The Grand Admiral finished the season with a 2-1 this week. A clean round 1 win saw him move to round 2 with confidence. But the light side had other ideas as he tripped over a GL Ray with an off-meta counter. After a swift telling off from the Emperor, he picked himself up and headed to round 3, determined to make Papa Palpatine proud. Which he did with a flawless victory. The Grand Admiral will grace the Premier League with his presence in Season 2.
And rounding out our coverage, as per usual, is Ando. 3-0 this week, and he believes it's a triple crown, and it is indeed a triple crown. Round 1, he faced FF Taylor from SL Final Order. Based on his history, this is going to be his best chance at going for some of those wonky feats. He got him and scored a 21-22. His opponent failed to full clear, and his Empire fleet had 2 battles on it. And it was in a bad spot as his gauntlet kept coming out and rehealing. But he scored 1864. Round 2, faced Katatil, another solid 3GL opponent. And due to the GLs matching, we had an identical roster. Ando cleared him for 21-25. A 3-tapped Empire fleet, 2-tapped Darth Revan, and 2-tapped JTR, and couldn't clear the back zone for 1733. Round 3, SOW from Stroking Our Wookiees. Right? Okay. Yeah, okay. It's meant to be funny. It's just community guild buy-in when people place their guild names in their name too. Yeah, he's just curious about that. Anyways, what's the opponent? 3 GLs, but he had JML and fast Sith Eternal Emperor. So a bit of a roster variance there. Ando attacked first, put up 21-16. Started out super strong, and Ando was a bit worried. Then he got to the Ray. 2-tap. That won him the match, no matter how the rest went. He 1-tapped everything else until, again, the Empire fleet held for 2. So clutch. 3-0 triple crown as we finish out our coverage with Ando.
Ah, yes. And what does that mean to the table? There it is. As I said, Zareth is the king of GACenter. He is the Division 1 Elite Champion. He pipped Klesso a couple weeks back. Klesso was riding high. I really did think that Klesso was going to retire the champion, and then nobody was going to be able to beat him, because that's what you want to do. You want to retire the champion so that you can say that nobody ever took the title from me. But unfortunately, he just got pipped a couple weeks ago. Arnold in fourth, solo base. So the top four there would have all gone to the Premier League, but with Clesso retiring, it goes to Indigo. If Ando had only just stopped faffing around with his rivalry against Rambam and taken things a little bit more seriously. Remember the 8-4? Remember the 8-4, Ando?
Remember the experimenting in the beginning of the season?
Experimenting at the beginning of the season? Cost you, mate. Cost you. That's what tore it for you. That's what tore it for you. So anyway, that is the way it looks. And
yes, someone in chat did mention Zareth did indeed prevail.
Zareth did prevail. And alt lives don't matter.
All right. This is going to be a huge thing for us, but we have a big piece of announcement coming in the next segment. But we also have that paired up with an interview with RSG's very own Ranger. So,
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team
tuned.
Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from down under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Our final interview of the season is a man who needs no introductions whatsoever. He is the face of Reality Skewed Gamers. His life is all about the Kyber, and Kyber is all about his life. It's Ranger J 1999.
Say it right, you plebe. Life is
Kyber.
Kyber's life. I'm out taking you to the club and there's your Kyber. You can't go up to a woman and be like, hey, I'm a rhodium. You get slapped. But if you say I'm Kyber, multiple Kyber, you're going home with a fine woman.
I don't know what to say to response to that.
See,
Well,
I just can't do it all.
Just
Truth, man. I mean, like,
I mean, you guys spend way too much time around each other, it seems like. Anyways, Ranger, welcome. How you doing?
well,
man?
I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Another season in the books. Or
Season in the books.
round or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah, but for you, it was a bumpy week, a very, very close call week when you think about it, wasn't it? I mean, you like you said, you had Kyber for secured before the
I went
round
into
started.
Yeah, I went into this round with Kyber already. I was already Kyber, so it was just a matter of. I mean, we were talking about this previously. I play and do the things that I do on stream just for the fans of what we're doing. In the back of my mind, I was thinking about Premier League, but I'm like, I'm still going to do what I do and how I approach it. So for me, once I hit Kyber, I'm a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. I still like to win. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, losing sucks, but it was just one of those weird rounds where I had 2 losses. I went 1-2, and the first one was a tough one too, but I got the full clearance at the end. I just got more points. It was an efficiency battle, and the next one was the same way. And I had position to do it. I just had 2 really weird things happen in the battles.
And that was round 2, was it?
Yeah, round 2. I went in with Darth Revan against CLS because I'd used CLS at another team. We were kind of mixing and matching, trying some stuff out. And so I'm like, well, let's just use Darth Revan versus CLS, which can be really, really good. Mine is super modded well. But the thing you have to understand with CLS, if they go after Basila, it could get really wonky. And it did get wonky. And what happened is I just wasn't able to kill Trupio. I lost. And so that caused some banners. At that point, it was like, okay, I got to go shorthanded in fleets if I'm going to get the win. So we tried going in with a GR team against an Empire team, which is 1 reinforcement. And for some reason, this has never happened to me before, ever. I mean, this is like it's just not a very good Thrawn fleet. I've never seen this happen. Somehow my Anakin died. Over the taunt of my Y-Wing. I couldn't figure it out. We went back and looked. Somehow he got target locked and he just died. And we're just like, okay, that backfired horribly. Because I only had the 1 reinforcement. Usually I come in with Plo and Snips. And I mean, I barely use Snips if she gets a chance, because by that time I've just decimated that team. Once Plo comes in, it's over, right? But with Anakin off the board, it was like I had to refresh. I didn't have the reinforcement. So it's just the way it worked out. And then this last one, we tried a combination. He put his 2 Galactic Legends down. I had 2 Galactic Legends down. I usually, we were doing some stuff, and then I had a Jedi Master Luke team, but it was not a Jedi Master Luke with Ultimate. It was Jedi Knight Luke with Jedi Master Luke, and then Old Ben, Hermit Yoda, and I don't remember the other one, but his Luke went first, and I went in there with mine, trying to get to the Ultimate, but it just didn't work out. And so he couldn't get past my Galactic Legend in the south. I couldn't get past his in the north. He just beat me a little bit with banners, but it is what it is. I wanted to try some different things, which is kind of what we do with my GAC. We try to use the meta, but I did a max this round where I did nothing but undersized victories. And I'm not joking. I went undersized on every team, which was nerve wracking, but we did it. So, once I get into the Kyber, we play around with stuff like that, but
you have a little more brevity. There's more room. You're like, oh, we can actually play a little bit.
You can take your foot off the gas, can't you?
You kind of can. I mean, and for anybody who's done, I've done it a couple times. Going undefeated is really a great accomplishment. But if you go like 11-1 or 10-2, I think you've done a fantastic job of GAC, because you just don't know when something's going to happen. I mentioned to you guys before. If I've lost a few rounds where it had nothing to do with me. The game just crashed during the middle of fleet. I mean, can't win if the game crashes and you lose your opportunity.
But RNG has just said no.
No. So I'm a firm believer that the Illuminati over at CG, which not only do this at GAC, but also my modding, are just trying to keep me down. So I got to fight the man. So,
I think that's happened to you, if memory serves me correctly. In our season, you've had 3 fleet crashes that have cost you rounds. On every single crash has actually cost you the round, because you then had to do the double tap and you've lost the banners. So yeah.
It is what it is.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
You shrug your shoulders and you're just like, good Lord. And then you just move on, because there's nothing you can do about it. So, but GAC I enjoy immensely, because it's just one of those things that really gets you thinking. The meta is the meta, but then you're trying to come up with these different combinations. And I was telling you guys, you've been having Loki, who's going to be next season with you guys, and Loki does some outrageous stuff on his GAC. I mean, like, what are you going to use against Sith Eternal? I'm going to use my troopers. Okay, let's see this action. Okay, this will be really good. So I mean, he does some crazy combinations that you just look and shake your head. So I enjoyed immensely, and this is kind of what we do with when we're doing our GACs. We usually have like 3 GACs going, mine, Lokis, and Grandes, and you're getting the powerhouse teams of the 6.5 plus, 7.5 plus, and Loki. He's in the 8 million range, and he's dropping. I mean, you want to talk about craziness? Like his
dropping some fat nukes here and there, just like, oh, we're gonna do this. Oh, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his mods. I mean, I've got a great account with great mods, but I've got nothing on Loki. His Darth Revan's like 360. It just gives you an idea.
360?
Like, no, sorry, 371. I misspoke or something.
You undercut. Oh, naughty.
Something like that. It's something ridiculous, and I just like, you look at his mods, and then I mean, that's when you talk about the big boy league. I mean, that's the big boy league where it's like ultimates versus ultimates going at it. So you got to be really on your game on that. But look, he doesn't care. He just goes in there with the craziest stuff. It just does things. It was like, how did you pull that off, man? He's just like a machine. So. But yeah, that's what's the great thing about GAC, and congrats to all the people out there for the went undefeated or had a really good season, because it's really hard. I mean, and it's especially hard when you're streaming, because your mind is like 9,000 places at once. You're watching the chat, you're trying to think about what you're going to do and this and that, and
you're not only playing the game, but you're also having to play being an entertainer.
Yeah,
and there's some people that do really good at the entertaining part. And we've had plenty of those people on, and there's people that are really good at the game, and you have to find that balance between both of those.
It's hard, sometimes I've caught myself just sitting there, I'm so focused, I'm not really talking. I'm like, oh no, so.
Plus, you've got to deal with the backseat drivers.
Oh yeah, everybody knows.
Everybody knows everything. Everybody else knows everything else.
Actually, if you did this like 3 turns ago, you would have been a much. Well, I'm sorry that I wasn't thinking 20 steps ahead like a chess game.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Rambam, I need to get a solo on this in order to
Let's
win.
not talk about Mr. Rambam. He set my ass up. I did get him back, though. So he had me go in a while ago with the Jedi Knight Luke team against Ewoks. They were like, my Jedi Luke was like Relic 7. We went against Gear 11 Ewoks. We were going to do a solo. And I'd already won the match because I'd been soloing everything. It's just one of those rounds like solo Malik and solo Kylo Ren and solo this. I'm like, let's do solo Jedi Knight Luke. That's a good call, Rambam. Let's go do this. And he got destroyed. I mean, he got destroyed. I just had to sit there and watch. But it's okay. My GAC Whisper thing got him back by suggesting a team that cost him some banners too. So fair is fair.
Yeah, I still owe Rambam for that Malik solo that lost against Rogue One. He's like, yeah, of course it'll beat the Rogue One. Of course it will. I'm like, Rambam, he keeps getting stunned. Rambam, right? Don't worry. Rambam, he keeps getting stunned. Rambam, it's like, oh yeah, you.
It's fine. It's fine.
It'll only work if he's got high tenacity. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't say that before I put him in, Rat. It's like, yeah. So I still owe him for that.
Yeah, just you can get him back. Just create a fake account and just give him a suggestion. Hopefully he takes it and he loses banners, and that's your way to get him back.
Be like, hey, maybe throw Mace Windu in against this team. Maybe that will do something.
Mace lover. I mean, it's all about Mace. His first relic 8 Mace. It's just disgusting. I mean, no.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know everything about his Mace, because I caught him having a private little chat with Jedi Master Adastra, asking for advice on how to use his mace with other Jedi. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I was like, so Rambam does not know the full capabilities of his Mace Windu.
Oh well.
He had to go to a Jedi Master for advice. So anyway, we have obviously got 3v3 coming up for the beginning of season 2. So what have you been doing in preparation? Because we kind of know what it's going to be a couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks before the next month of GAC. So you knew that it was coming up, good 3 weeks before.
I feel like we knew this one really early.
Yeah, we knew this one really early. So I kind of, have you been working on anything special, prepping anything, or has it just been kind of like mod work?
It's mainly mod work. It's never ending with mods. I mean, I think tomorrow what are we doing this on? Whatever day we're doing this on tomorrow, where my time Tuesday, my days are getting mixed up. We'll reassess, maybe remod some characters and tunes. I've already done a lot of that, so my characters are where I want them and my teams are where I want them. The only thing that I'm really working on is really the Beskar Mando stuff. So getting Quill and IG, I may pump a little moolah into those two just to get them done, so I can use them with, like, say, Ray on a 3v3 team, which will be kind of nasty because we know how powerful Ray is in 3v3s. But other than that, no, the teams are where I want them. 3v3s, I mean, they talk about the theory crafting. A lot of the meta is still the same. Some of the teams you see are the standard teams that you're going to see, and you kind of know what you need to go in with and what can go solo and stuff like that. But not really. I mean, I'll look at some of the mods that I have, maybe move some stuff around. I mean, I think there's a character too that I may remod just for 3v3, but not really, because mainly with the new raid, I'm in Maw MC, I'm in MC3. Big focus on the raid. There's TB, there's TW, there's other things too. So once I get my mods in place with the characters that I have, unless there's some glaring weakness, I don't really change my mods that much.
And
must be nice.
And last but not
It's
least,
a lot of work.
You did mention it. You have qualified for the Premier League. So when we start season 2, you will be, despite going 1 and 2, something that Moon, who was your closest rival, he was 1 round behind you. It was 1 single round behind you, but you had such a huge banner difference on him. And when he hears that you've gone 1 and 2, he's going to be kicking himself that he didn't try because if he'd got the 3-0, he would have pipped you. But you are there. So are you looking forward to the different type of competition that you're going to face in the Premier League next season?
Somewhat yes, somewhat no, because it's not the same. As I just mentioned, when you look at the battles that everyone's facing, like that make the Premier League, they're different. I mean, the battles that I watched Loki go through at 8 million GP at that upper echelon are totally different than even the ones I'm going through, or some of the people that are below me are going through, right? When you're facing Galactic Legends and all this other stuff, it makes a big difference in like what you have to have for counters and teams and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to see how my performance rates against other people, but they're different battles, they're different fights, so I respect all those competitors just on the level that they're at, but the competition that they're facing, they're doing extremely well. But when you can't compare, it's like apples and oranges. I mean, yeah, they're fruit, but they're different types of fruit, right? So but I think it'll be interesting to see how I stack up where I'm at. How good can I be against someone that's in that 8 million range, that's facing those 4 GLs every round and all those other teams.
It's like talking about the quantity of what they're doing versus the quality.
Right.
It's like okay, so they're doing really good, but what are they normally facing? What's kind of the thing,
Perfect example is me and Finn. Finn's in the Premier League as well, but Finn is a total different philosophy, and his GACs are totally different than mine. In mine, I have 3 GLs. I've got like all the teams, and the only thing I'm missing right now is Beskar, which I'm about to get, and then I'll go get Sith Eternal. I'm in no rush because I have to. Salvages is a whole nother story, but Finn is going the opposite way. He doesn't go high GLs. He goes what he calls bottom fluffing, and so he stays at a certain level. So he only faces people that he's going to be at that level. For me, it's different. I'm hyper focused on specific teams and counters, and I go all in on those so that they're ready to go with modding and everything like that. So that my battles that I'm seeing and the teams that I'm seeing are different than say what Finn's seeing, but it's still really good stuff on both ends, because Finn's being smart about the teams that he does have set and how he approaches his GAC as to where I am. So it's just a different way of doing it.
All right, fun. All right, well, I think that's everything else. We will, obviously, the last question we normally have. Let's talk about the street corner you work on. I don't know why I've been using this with everyone last little bit. Just pimp your stuff out. Tell people where they can find you and what you're doing.
Well, before we do that, you need to get your ass out of my seat. I think there needs to be a little change here, because Mr. Flair.
Are we doing this now, Neil?
Yeah,
we doing this?
We're doing it now. We're
Oh,
doing
we're
it
doing
now.
this now?
Chat, you can start blowing up. What? WTF? WTF?
What?
Well,
We're
Flair,
doing
why
this
don't-
now.
why don't
We're
you
doing this now, aren't we?
explain to everybody in chat what's going on right now.
So yeah, over the course of the last little bit, we've been doing some talking and everything. Obviously, I'm not as much in the SWGOH space as much anymore. And obviously for something like GACenter, which is a GAC heavily focused kind of content, and we're talking about people who are regularly in the space. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to still be kind of here. And it's like there's other people that are probably better suited for being in this kind of role, or for covering and for being able to have those conversations with people. And I think this guy, Mr. Life is Kyber's life. I think he's claimed a spot. Haven't you, Ranger?
Yes, I have. So the truth is, Nev struck Flair violently, and he just had enough, being very abusive. So we know that Nev will never try that with me. So here I am, and so I am coming in to bring it to you, boys and girls, children of all ages. So I will now be your co-host with that wanker Nev.
Oh, nay.
One A.
Oh, no.
And this is the thing as well, is that there's so many other different aspects to it beyond just the GAC and the SWGOH component of it. There's interactions and stuff like that, a different spin on it. I'm thinking of this more than just the game itself and where we stand in relation to it. It's also the production and the interaction between people, and what does that create for the show as well. So there's multiple layers to this, and this is a great call from all those different perspectives. So we're doing this. This is the thing that's happening.
That's right. So grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab someone you love. Make sure you get consent. Don't do it without their consent. That's how you get punched in the face. And get ready. We're going to rock and roll.
Oh, yes. Season 2 is definitely going to go off with a bang. Definitely. So, yeah, make sure that you tune in. Obviously, we've still got the awards. We'll do, Flair will still be here for the awards. Ranger will be officially my co-host for Season 2 and onwards. Flair's not going anywhere, though. He's still going to be production stuff. He's still going to be in the back room doing production and making cards. And
I'll be around.
Graphics.
Yeah.
And he'll still be around. So all you competitors in the GACN Network Discord server will still, with affection, be able to tag Flair week in, week out, reminding him to join GAC.
I know, right? How many times did you miss GAC, Flair? That's horrible.
Let's see here. I think in the last 6 months, I've only missed it twice, which is less than some people have.
So some people have missed it 4 or 5 times. So
I'm not gonna
they
say
don't
any
get
names.
but it's Flair. That's the love.
The
and
first
affection.
time it happened.
The first time it happened, everyone's
That's one of those, of course, the co-host of the show shouldn't even be missing it, but here we were, and it's like,
Hey, real life happens. There's nothing you can do.
I think I remember the first time it happened. It was literally, if I had checked my phone at the last red light I had been at, I would have been in, but I didn't.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
We're gonna play out. We'll play out this interview with one of Ranger's clips, and then we'll see you on the other side for thoughts and acknowledgements, where you will no doubt be harassing us in chat as to what the hell just happened. But
Ranger, this is saying, get out of my chair. There's still more of the show to do.
Oh, okay.
Please don't fart in it.
We'll
Says I
see you on
didn't
the
already.
other side, folks.
That aroma is caber. Get used to it.
And we're back.
Hi.
Yeah, no, with the interview and that running on, it went on for quite some time. So yeah, there was just no time for a clip. So yeah, we'll quickly get the Premier League out of the way. Let's quickly get that out of the way, and then we'll finish with some thoughts and acknowledgements and some chit chat. There it is. That is what the Premier League is going to look like for Season 2. Bitcoin, Fruit Ninja Mike, Fortball, Endor Beetle, Zareth Affinity, Solo Base, Black Mamba, not Ranger, Arnold T101, and Indigo. So those are going to be the 10 people.
And again, hindsight is 2020. We had no idea that Mamba was going to be sneaking up.
Yeah, we didn't know. I was looking at Moon. I knew Moon needed a triple.
Moon is right below him. That was the thing.
I didn't realize that Mamba also needed a triple because I didn't check Mamba's banners because Mamba out-bannered both Ranger and Moon. So, if they all tied, but obviously Mamba took it basically on banner difference. So, yes. So there is the Premier League. That's what it is. I think what we're going to do is we'll go, now that we've got more people in chat, we will again go over.
We'll round out all of the things that we have dropped.
We'll round out all of the things that we have dropped. So at the beginning of the program, we dropped 10 names, 10 people that we are going to be covering in Season 2 of GACenter. 10 new names. So we will be covering next season. The heartthrob of the Outer Rim since he's back in the game. Good old Maurice. Loki. Okay, that's 3. What else? Warrior. Who else? Thisk. That's 5. The Llama. Another Bounty Honey. There's 6. The 2 new... the other new addition to Gambit. Calvin Awesome. The Wolf. Oh. Fort Mort's buddy. Since Fort Mort's in the Premier League, I need somebody to sub in as my rival. It will be the Wolf. That's 8. Who else?
Nooch.
Nooch, Dylar's rival, and Arena Shard.
Did we say the Senate?
And the Senate, yes, Cubs brother, Senate. So
we start off with Urs, Paul. Yeah, we start with Urs at the very top of it. The hard start, the outer rim, Urs.
Yeah, we started off with Urs.
The hall, everything. Yeah.
But that's not the end of the surprise. Oh no, those are just the first 10 names. Those are the confirmed 10 names because we've had such an overwhelming an overwhelming number of people come to us and say that they would love to be covered by us. What we're going to do next season is we're not going to do the interview phase. We're going to do more competitors. So we're currently going over some extra numbers. I think we've got roughly 6 at the moment. Some more big names, some more names you know and love. But yes, we are going to cover.
Those are going to be kept in our pocket.
Yeah, they'll be kept in our pocket until we
more specifically kept in your pocket.
Yes, they will be kept in my pocket until we get confirmation from each and every single person that either we have got in touch with or that has got in touch with us. But they're all content creators. They all do their GACs. But it still doesn't take out the opportunity. Maybe do something. Maybe do something with the YouTube channel side of things. Maybe if you all if there's a interview that is burning to get out. Yes. Then we will simply record it and put it on the YouTube channel. Yep. Shall we mention the quality of life improvement that we'll be making for Season 2?
So part of this is integrations with the chat bot that we use for the show and that Paul and you all use for the course of the channel. Is that during Season 2, you will be able to do exclamation followed by the name of the competitor. So for example, when you get to Urs, you can do exclamation Urs, and it will follow up with a link to their Twitch or a YouTube channel, whichever one is the most prevalent for them. And that way, if you've never heard of that person, you can go to that channel and follow them or subscribe to them or whatever platform it is. So, and there is an example of that in chat right now. So that we have an example for that. Haven't set up. You just giving examples. But no, Ando, no. There will be no Raid Shadow Legends competitors in here. But as a kind of final reminder, as we had just dropped during the course of the interview, Ranger will be taking over as the co-host for Season 2.
He will.
And yeah, this is my last episode of regular coverage. I will be here. Obviously, we'll be here next week for the finale, the send off or
The
award ceremony.
ceremony.
Yep, the final send off for season 1, where we put it into a bunch of kindling and then push the boat out into the water, and then we shoot. No, never mind. We're not doing that. But hey, we also have some acknowledgments we have to make.
Yeah.
Over the course of today's episode of GACenter, we had the following. So number 1, we had a raid from Ando with 25 of his party. Thank you so much for that, Ando. We also got a couple of follows from Negra Modelo, Scruffy Swugga, and then Spartan Easy resubbing for 4 months at tier 1. And yeah, guys, seriously, we appreciate it. We thank you so much for it. I'm getting my last little bits of thank yous and we appreciate yous and stuff like that out, because who knows what Ranger's just gonna say. He's gonna say life is Kyber's life. Probably call that an end of the episode, isn't he?
Yes, but he's still gonna have to tell me to do something, isn't he?
He's gonna have to tell you to do something.
Yeah.
So before I say that, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next week for the awards ceremony. Be nice to each other, especially with everything that's going on right now. Take care of yourselves. We will see you all. Oh, I forgot. What are we doing around the pod? What's up? What's happening in the pod?
Well, we've got a show on Friday. There's no more Talking Mando, so we're free on our weekends.
You're free.
Free. Freedom.
Anything else happening? Well, there's no GACs. Also, episode 100.
100 this Friday. So we have a very super
big
duper
100
special surprise guest on our Friday show. Don't want to miss it.
That's gonna be interesting.
No hints for our 100th episode. None whatsoever. Just like the big reveal here, there will be no revealing, no tips, no hints, no nothing. You'll have to come and watch episode 100. It'll be extra super duper special.
Darn it, Ando. No. But yeah, on my side of things, I've got my streams I've been doing. I'm punching people very aggressively in Yakuza. So Neil, I know you like watching like stabbing and blood and stuff like that and pinky chopping.
Pinky chopping.
There's been some pinky chopping. Also, it's an only yeah, because Ranger's co-hosting next season, it'd be an Only Fins. Insert joke drum here. But yeah, no. Biscuit Weasel and I have started a project we've been working on a little bit over the last little bit. For a new channel for Marvel Strike Force stuff on YouTube. You can have that over on Biscuit's channel. You can go see where that is. And yeah, we've got tons of projects all over the place. I'm a busy man apparently, and I'm all over the place. But hopefully this change for GACenter is going to be a welcome one. And yeah. Anything else, Neil?
No, mate. You know what to do.
All right, guys. Like I said, see y'all next week for the award ceremony episode. Be nice to each other. We'll see you all then. Until then, Neil.
Yes.
Hit the button, mate.
You got it. Ta-ta for now, folks.
See you guys.
This is GACenter, your look at the grand